Jamie Raskin pulls no punches with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So first off, here's what Greene said only days ago while advocating for Secretary Mayorkas' impeachment.
This historical evidence is overwhelming that the founding fathers intended impeachment to be used to deal with the commission of indictable crimes and the abuse of power, corruption, and injury to the nation caused by public officials, among others.
And now here's Jamie Raskin's response on the House floor for all of Congress to see.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Chairman, we're here because the madcap wild goose chase to impeach Joe Biden has produced no wild geese. Even Fox News is lampooning the fact that their own expert witnesses repeatedly say President Biden did nothing wrong and there are no grounds for impeachment. More than a dozen GOP members in Biden majority districts don't want to go anywhere near that fantasy production. So the Trump-Putin mega faction, headed up by the distinguished gentlelady from Georgia, has been given this worthless trinket of a consolation prize, the opportunity to bring a slapstick impeachment drive against a cabinet member of unimpeachable integrity who has obviously committed no treason, no bribery, no high crimes, no misdemeanors, nothing indictable or even indictable, if you prefer.
The extent to which Marjorie Taylor Greene is so out of her depth when it comes to Jamie Raskin cannot be overstated. And by the way, Raskin knows it too, which is why he's actually begun toying with Greene. And let's just say that she's not exactly seeing the humor in it.
Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Will the gentlelady yield for a question?
No, I will not yield to one of your stupid questions that are always attacking me and attacking President Trump.
How about a mediocre question?
No, I don't want it. I do not want
an
your
excellent question.
No.
A smart question.
No, my time.
An intelligent question.
You have no smart or intelligent questions.
Oh, Marjorie, if you show them that it upsets you, it's only going to happen more. Now, Greene's hysterics aside, all of this centers around the Republican effort to impeach Mayorkas, which was brought up for a vote today in a Republican-led House, and here's how that went.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 216. The resolution is not adopted.
A Republican-led effort to impeach Mayorkas failed in a Republican-led House. At this point, I'd be impressed if Republicans could manage to drive to work in the morning and actually make it there. And if that wasn't embarrassing enough on its own, leave it to Marjorie Taylor Greene to really twist the knife on her own party.
I'm glad you asked that because well, we can basically look at this as a game, unfortunately, and their strategy. And they hid one of their members waiting to the last minute, watching to see our votes, trying to throw us off on the numbers that we had versus the numbers they had. So, yeah, that was a strategy at play tonight.
Ah, that's right. The old hide a lawmaker trick. It's apparently the Democrats' fault that Republicans can't do basic math. Got it. And look, let's perhaps consider why this impeachment failed. Because you can't impeach someone for not liking their policy. Mayorkas did not commit high crimes or misdemeanors, which is the bar for impeachment. If they're looking to see what that might look like, might I draw your attention to their God King, Donald Trump, who incited an insurrection against our own government. The fact that these people think that that is okay, while thinking that Mayorkas committed a crime, really does go to show the brain rot that's pervaded today's Republican Party. Consider, too, further undermining their case is the fact that they're trying to impeach Mayorkas for not securing the border, all the while refusing to bring up a bill that would literally secure the border. Here's the thing, this isn't about facts, it's not about reality, it is about creating an imaginary narrative and then living that parallel universe out. They want so badly for the border to be a perpetual problem so they can use it to exact revenge on Joe Biden and his administration. And so they will never fix it because they don't want to lose it as an issue. They can't. They plan on dining off of this thing from now until November, just like they do for literally every election cycle. It's migrant caravans and open borders and the same old tired story on repeat, and it is by design. They don't want solutions, they want to exploit problems and feed off their voters' rage to gain power for themselves. And that's a point, by the way, that Jamie Raskin drove home.
What makes this farce a tragedy is that Secretary Mayorkas and the U.S. Senate have been working for months to achieve precisely the immigration and border compromise the GOP has been demanding. And miraculously, they got to a bipartisan immigration agreement for billions of dollars more in Border Patrol officers, immigration judges, fentanyl detection machines, a far tougher border. It was good enough for Senator Mitch McConnell and dozens of GOP senators, and it was good enough for the Wall Street Journal, but the House megas would not take yes for an answer. Why? Because Donald Trump doesn't want a border solution. He wants a border problem, nothing else to run on. And Vladimir Putin certainly doesn't want $60 billion going to the heroic people of Ukraine, defying his filthy imperialist invasion. All over the world, democracy and freedom are under siege today, and all our colleagues can think to do is to sell out our Democratic allies and sell out the cause of human rights, and then impeach a cabinet secretary working diligently to solve the immigration problem that they claim to care about. I yield back. Rather than joining Democrats and Biden in good faith bipartisan negotiations to make progress on immigration, they are taking orders from Donald Trump and actively obstructing a bipartisan border deal. Just as Trump is openly hoping for an economic downturn in our robust, low unemployment economy, they're hoping for chaos at the border and trying to stop us from preventing it. These tactics are accompanied by dangerous rhetoric. MAGA Republicans continue to invoke white supremacist, anti-immigration fantasies and conspiracy theories. It's been almost a full year since I invited the good chairman and my Republican colleagues to join oversight Democrats in condemning the great replacement theory, and still they fail to denounce this shameful doctrine which has been invoked by numerous racist and anti-Semitic mass shooters and murderers across the country. America is not a great country in spite of immigrants. We're a great country because of immigrants.
So at this point, we can propose all the bills we want. We can find random senators to draft up compromise legislation. Hell, we can find random senators to draft up the most conservative legislation that they can. Still nothing will pass because the Republicans cannot afford to lose the problem. That is all they care about, making sure they can keep their base good and angry in the lead up to an election. It is manipulation to the highest order, and it's happening at the hands of the very people who these voters have been groomed to trust. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Republicans may claim to hate the Democrats, but honestly, there is no one they hate more than their own supporters. Before you go, I need some help. Please subscribe to this channel and do your part to help grow the progressive media ecosystem. I don't do sponsorships or paid ads, I won't ask for money, but just subscribing to this channel goes a really long way, and it helps get the message out to more people. The subscribe button is right here on the screen. You can also subscribe to my Spanish language channel, which I made to reach those crucial Spanish-speaking voters. That link is on the screen too. And finally, if you want to listen to my audio podcast, you can follow that link as well. Thanks so much for watching.